So today, I am Dr. Ashok Mishra, the coordinator of the Atal FDP on CFD, which is going to be conducted from today onwards till 30th July 2021. And before starting the inaugural session, already our VC madam has already joined. So before starting the inaugural session, let me speak a few words. Friends, please mute your speaker, also video, switch off your video. Okay, so whenever required, after the session, when we'll ask you to share something or any doubt is there, clarify doubts, then you will be asked to switch on the video or just switch on the speaker and speak. Or till that point, please mute your mics and everything. Now, again, hearty welcome to all the participants. So till today, 200 participants already joined. So all our seats are filled up. So I thank all the participants and AICT for giving an opportunity to us for conducting such a faculty program for 5 days. And today, the first session is our inaugural session. I have already shared the schedule with all of you. So without, already we are 10 minutes late already. Now without wasting our time, we'll start the inaugural session. Now it's my pleasure to invite our Honorable Vice Chancellor, Professor Supriya Patnaik, to share a few words in his inaugural session. So after her few words, we'll start our session by me, then it followed by our Dr. Shekhar Majumdar. So, Madam, now may I welcome to this platform, to this inaugural session, and please speak a few words to align our participant mind.
Thank you, Dr. Mishra. First of all, a very hearty welcome to all the participants to this Atal FDP on CFD or Computational Fluid Dynamics. The subject of the present faculty development program organized by the Centurion University of Technology and Management, Odisha, under the banner of All India Council of Technical Education. CFD has really evolved from a mere academic curiosity of scientists to an emerging technology for design engineers today. This massive development may be attributed to the following two factors. First, very powerful algorithms developed by the mathematicians and computer scientists in the last 3 to 4 decades to organize the knowledge elements of basic science into fast and efficient algorithms to stimulate complex scientific problems. Second, superfast enhancement of computation speed in the last 2 decades, both enhancing storage capability to the order of petabytes and also the speed of computation measured in flops or floating point operation per second to order of petaflops. It is no wonder to see these supercomputers functioning in our academic and research institutes and in multiple industries as well. CFD practically has revolutionized the process of design and performance evaluation of the products in engineering industries involving complex fluid flow and heat and mass transfer processes. Our young scientists and engineers need to be exposed to this latest know-how and techniques of CFD. We hope the present FDP organized by AICTE, constituting of several lectures by eminent professors and scientists in the area of CFD, coupled with live demonstration of commercial CFD software, will help the participants to learn more about CFD for handling difficult industrial problems tomorrow. I hope you all benefit immensely from this and take advantage of this FDP, and you actually are able to then apply it at your institutions. Thank you so much.
So thank you, madam, for nice words. So with this, we are going to start the session now. Okay. So today, before starting my own session, I'll speak few words again. Friends, I have already shared with you the rules and regulations of Atal FDP. First of all, please make sure that you have to attend minimum 80% of the sessions, and at the end, means last day, we are going to conduct one online assessment session. There you have to appear the exam with multiple choice questions for 1 hour, and you have to secure minimum 60% marks. So failing 80% attendance and 60% marks, you won't be allowed to get the certificate from AICTE, because we are not going to submit the certificate or give the certificate. We have to upload attendance and marks in the Atal website, and they will discuss that one. They will consider that one. Then only you will be allowed to download a certificate. So I urge all of you to be sincere and listen each and every session perfectly, so that you will be able to answer each and every questions properly. Okay. So I will let you know regarding the sessions. So during any lecture hour, may I request you not to disturb anyone. Okay. Please be silent and observe everything. After each session, means after 1.5 hours, we'll give you time for 10 minutes for discussions. Beyond that also, you can discuss over phone or you can chat also, but we have to stick to the timings. Today, I'm very sorry to mention you that today, because of some this network issue or some technical issue, went for 7 minutes late actually, but we will stick to our timings because we are conducting online. A very disciplined manner should be conducted. That's why I urge each of you to join 10 minutes before of each session. Okay, we will open it from the beginning. So every day, tomorrow onwards, the classes will start at 10 a.m. So by 9:50, I send the mail also. By 9:50, I'm expecting each and every member to join 10 minutes before, just to avoid last minute confusions. And we will be taking attendance on each session. And last session, we will taking the feedback on each day. So that will be shared with you at 4:30 or in between that one. Then you have to give feedback on each date that will noted. Based on our feedback and attendance, we will be submitting the attendance to this one. And for friends, you might have attended other FDP, but this time what they have done, each day's attendance, every person's attendance, we have to fill up every day. That's why be sincere for that one. We cannot manipulate. We have to give the attendance accordingly. That's why from the beginning, I'm telling you, if you will fail to attend any session, we cannot help you in that regard, because yes, every day we have to submit the attendance, and we will be sharing the PPTs.
Dr. Mishra,
Madam.
Please make sure that you repeat these ground rules every day.
Yes.
Yes. Please make sure that you do so. Okay.
Every day I'm sending also, madam. I'm also sharing with WhatsApp and message also. I'm sharing.
Okay. Thank you. That's wonderful.
Okay. So that's why please be sincere, and nice sessions with there. And we have now 5 external members, resource persons. One is Professor N. Balakrishnan from ISC Bangalore, Dr. J.S. Mathur from CSR NAL Bangalore, Dr. V. Ramesh from CSR NAL Bangalore, Dr. H.N. Das, Deputy Director NSTL Visakhapatnam, Mr. G. Satish from CFD Entable Technologies. They will be attending, they will be delivering the talks in their respective sessions. Apart from them also, we have 3 our internal faculty members who are the research persons. Professor Shekhar Majumdar, who is the emeritus professor in the mechanical department, retired from NAL Bangalore. He will be delivering talks, 5 sessions. Then Professor Mukunji Pandey will deliver talks on your CFD simulations using Simulia. Professor Sujit Mishra, Simulia. So we'll make our best effort to make each class very interesting and hope that definitely we'll get many things after completion of this FTP. That's the main outcome. And we will introduce 3 types of engineering tools. Our potential engineering tool, our main topic is CFD, the potential engineering tool. So we are going to facilitate 3 types of engineering tools. One is HiFull by Professor N. Balakrishnan, then by ANSYS by G. Satish, Mr. G. Satish, and Simulia by Professor Mukunji Pandey and by Professor Sujit Mishra. So definitely with this after listening these talks, definitely these talks will enlighten your mind and your knowledge. So with this, let me start our session, my own session.
Thank you, Dr. Mishra. I will take.
Thank you, madam.
Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you, madam.
I wish this FDP great success. Thank you.
Madam, just 1 minute, madam. Madam, just 1 minute. One photo will be given. They will take one photo because we have to send a photo to ASAT.
Surely.
Okay, please take a photo. Photo nahi lagi.
Sir, thank you, sir.
Yes,
sir. Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Okay, madam.
Thank you. Thank you.
I'm thankful to you for coming. Though your busy schedule came and also in time also gave your few words, share a few words. Thank you, madam. Namaskar.
Thank you. Thank you. Namaskar.
Now, yes, Sekhar sir is there. Hello, sir. Hello.
Sir, take it.
Yeah, Sekhar sir. Second post was hello.
Hello. Hello, Dr. Ashok.
Sir, namaskar.
Oh, namaskar.
Namaskar, sir. Already inaugural session started. Now, I am going to start my session.
Yeah.
After that, sir, your session will start.
Please.
Okay, so I am sharing my PPT.
I can read it myself.
Okay. Start. Is my screen visible?
Yes, sir. It's visible.
Okay. So, I'm going to start the session. Already people are joining now. So let me introduce myself again. Those who are newly joined now, I'm Dr. Ashok Mishra, Professor, the Department of Mathematics, and also the coordinator of Center for Computational Mathematics, and is the coordinator for the present Total FD program. Now, I'm going to deliver a talk on computational fluid dynamics, its origin and development. So most of the faculty, our participants, what I have observed, near about 40% of faculty, yes, I guess that they are unaware of this computational fluid dynamics actually. So they have fluid dynamics, they know, but what is the origin, its origin and development, how was it developed? So a small story I will let you know, such that you will be able to understand the history of this computational fluid dynamics and where is it used and why it is necessary with that one. Now see, what is computational fluid dynamics actually? Let me speak. Fluid dynamics, already know, friends. Fluid means it is either liquid or gas. Everybody knows that, which has a tendency to flow automatically. That is a fluid. So a liquid and gas, they can flow automatically. In a simple words, I'm telling, I'm not using mathematical or mechanical or civil any language. In layman language, I'm talking. So these are known as the fluids. Number one. Now, what is computational fluid dynamics? So fluid dynamics involves some critical geometry, critical equations pertaining to partial differential equations. So earlier, only two methods were available. Just I'm telling the story, then I'll get back to your PPT. One is analytical method or theoretical method, and second one was the experimental methods. But gradually, scientists came to know and felt that it is difficult to deal as long as you are moving towards the complex structure, complex geometry, real world problems. So it is difficult to carry out the results using theoretical method because there are some limitations, or analytical method, and also experimental, because through experimentation also it is difficult to analyze everything because you have to spend time, you have to spend money, but we need the result soon. That's why how to overcome these two approaches, scientists and engineers, they started thinking. Now they obtained one new method, our theoretical approach, that means mathematical modeling, along with some numerical techniques they introduced. So both combining, we could obtain a result using that is called computational fluid dynamics. You have to compute the dynamics. So based on that, we are going to discuss today what are logical facts, how did it generate, everything. Please friends, your switch off your videos. Achha, these are the common flow structure. Now let us see what is CFD. Computational fluid dynamics is the process of mathematically modeling. I have already told you, it's the process you have to consider a mathematical model, and that mathematical model should involve the fluid flow because there are different kinds of mathematical models. So we are talking that mathematical model which involves fluid flow, and to solve that model numerically. And how to solve numerically? Using computer proneness, that means computer skill. So that is called CFD. So it is nothing but computational fluid dynamics is the process of mathematically modeling a physical phenomena involving fluid flow and solving it numerically using the computational prowess. That is computational skill. Now, when you go to the mathematical model, what do you mean by mathematical model? Generally, most of you might have heard of Navier-Stokes equation, because whenever you talk on about the fluid flow, definitely we should consider Navier-Stokes equations, without which you cannot model any fluid flow phenomena. So Navier-Stokes equations are considered as the mathematical model of any physical phenomena involving fluid flow. Whenever you consider any fluid flow, Navier-Stokes equation must come into picture. And this model describes different changes in all the physical properties for both fluid flow and heat transfer. And I will tell you a story. We have been talking on Navier-Stokes equations, but for information, Navier and Stokes, they had never met each other. Very peculiar thing is, they had never met each other. First, Navier discussed some problems and partly he modeled the phenomena. Then after him, Stokes came, he generated the full equation, common equation, and after he both the names, it is known as Navier-Stokes equations, which helps in modeling any physical phenomena involving fluid flow. Clear? Now, all the CFD softwares, first I will try to understand, all the CFD softwares are based on Navier-Stokes equations. And in a CFD software analysis, what you are doing actually, the examination of fluid flow in accordance with its physical properties. Here, we are considering the CFD software just to examine the fluid flow in accordance with its physical properties. And what is CFD tool? CFD tool is nothing but it is to solve, the tool is to solve highly nonlinear coupled partial differential equations. Point to be noted, it is highly nonlinear and coupled partial differential equations. Those who have already come across fluid dynamics, they can easily understand. Conservation of mass, because basically fluid dynamics means we have to come across three types of laws. One is equation of continuity, equation of motion, equation of energy. Now, equation of continuity is based on the principle of conservation of mass. Equation of motion is based on, or conservation of momentum is based on Newton's second law of motion. Conservation of energy or equation of energy based on the first law of thermodynamics. So this is the CFD tool solves, and all these three equations, conservation continuity equation is one, momentum equation is a vector quantity, velocity is there, here three equations will be there, energy equation scalar. So you are solving minimum total 5 equations, all are highly nonlinear coupled, and there is no analytical method to solve it. That's why numerically you have to solve it, discretization process. So all our resource persons will be talking on all those things. Now I'm talking about what is the history of computational fluid dynamics. How old is CFD? When was it started? One big, already I have explained to you, one big disadvantage with experimental studies in the field of CFD. Earlier, what is happening? Scientists or engineers used to go for an experimentation. After obtaining the result, they are discussing what's the consequence. But the main disadvantage is that if that experimental studies would be accurate, then they would consume significant amount of time and money. Time you have to spare, you have to spend money also, without which you cannot get an accurate experimental study. So this is the main disadvantage. So that's why scientists wanted to generate the method with mathematical model and numerical method. Both they have combined. And using super fast computers, day by day computers are with the new processors are coming, you can easily get the results with no time. That is results to go with some. I have seen when I was doing my research work, I have seen to get a result it was taking 3 to 4 days time. But now we are getting within 3 to 4 hours. So similarly, slowly we are developing the standard of computations. Just a minute. Hello. Yeah. Just a minute. Hello. That's why first 60 to 70, 1960 to 1970. No. Hello. Just wait. Slides. Just wait. Just wait 1 minute. Sorry for the interruption. Just wait. Hello. Yeah, sorry for the interruption. Some disturbance is there. Is it okay now?
Okay, sir.
Okay, please, please. Am I audible properly?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. So, this is the history of the story of CFD. So, until 1910, the improvements on mathematical models and numerical methods have been done. Till 1910, there is no such of CFD, computational things, only mathematical models and numerical methods. Some improvements were there. Then 1910 to 1940, integration of models and methods to generate numerical solutions based on hand calculations. They were doing the hand calculations during 1910 to 1940. Then 1940 to 1950, transition to computer-based calculations with early computers, that is known as ENIAC, ENIS, ENIAC. Then solution for flow around a cylinder by Kawaguchi with a mechanical desk calculator in 1953. Then 1950 to 1960, initial study using computers to model fluid flow based on the Navier-Stokes equations. It was done in Los Alamos National Lab, US. First, they have started 1950 to 60. Evaluation of vorticity, stream function method. First implementation of 2D transient means unsteady, incomplete flow in the world. Then 1960 to 70, first scientist paper calculation of potential flow about arbitrary bodies was published about computational analysis of 3D bodies by Hess and Smith. Then generation of commercial cores slowly developed. Then contribution of various methods such as Capes-Sullivan turbulence model, arbitrary Lagrange model, simple algorithm, which are all still broadly used. Then 70 to 80, cores generated by Boeing, NASA, and some have unveiled and started to use several yields such as submarines, surface ships, automobiles, helicopters, aircrafts. Then 90 to 90, improvement of accurate solutions of transonic flows in the three-dimensional case by Jameson et al. The commercial cores have started to implement through both academia and industry. Now, what we have been observing 1990 to present, thorough developments have been done and worldwide usage of CFD virtually in every sector nowadays. So this was the brief history of your CFD. Now, what is the historical development of CFD? So 1928, you see the numerical solution method for PDs was developed first. That is called parabolic time marching method. Then 1943, Rees method was improved. The 1950 explicit forward time difference method was developed. Then 50 to 60, inviscid methods were developed. 1960, finite elemental method was developed for engineering models. 68, artificial compressibility effect was discussed. 70, for fluid study, finite difference method was developed, and particular relaxation methods. Then 70 to 80, there is gradual improvement in finite element method for arbitrary geometry. The 90, Dion's method, 20th century onwards, closed form of numerical solutions pertaining to analytical geometries. This is the gradual development of our CFD. Now we say, why is CFD? Why it is required? I have already told you, because slowly our society is growing, the whole world is growing, and we are slowly entering into complexities and complex engineering systems. So there is a growth in complexity of unsolved engineering problems. Because using theoretically or experiment methods, hardly we can consider those problems. That's why CFD is highly essential. Need for quick solutions of moderate accuracy. Quick solution is required. If you go for experiment, it is not possible at all. Absence of analytical solutions. Theoretical solution also not possible. The prohibitive cost involved in performing even scaled laboratory experiment. Cost is prohibited. Efficient algorithm is available. developments in computers in terms of speed and storage. Already the computers have been developed and speed and storage based on that also getting enhanced. So now it is easy to store the data, and with the high performance computing, parallel computing, serial computing, we will be able to obtain the result quickly. Then sophisticated pre and post processing facilities are available. You can get good graphs, you can analyze everything. Each and every data you can analyze everything. Understood? So through that you can get all the picture. That's why CFD is required. CFD is known as the third approach in fluid dynamics. What are the two first approaches? First is theory, second one is pure experiment. So point to be noted, friends, CFD today is equal partner with pure theory and pure experiment in the analysis and solution of fluid dynamics problems. It's equal partner. But second point to be noted, the points are very, very important. It nicely synergistically complements other two approaches, means theoretical approach and experimental approach. It can complement, but it would never replace either of the approaches. I cannot say, or we cannot say that this CFD approach could replace either theoretical or experimental. No, but it should complement both the approaches. CFD carry out numerical experiments. So numerical experiments carried out in parallel with physical experiments in laboratory, which could sometimes be used to help interpret physical experiments also. Why do we use CFD? It complements actual engineering testing. I have already discussed. It reduces engineering testing costs, provides comprehensive data not easily obtainable from experimental results, reduces product to market time and cost, because suppose we are getting on consultancy for market, it needs within 1 month we need this one. If you go for experiment or theoretically very difficult to get. So within that stipulated time we have to complete it. That's why CFD is highly essential. It also helps to understand the defects, problems, issues in product and process. Suppose you are having a vehicle. Suppose you want to know what is the impact if it strikes or it meets an accident. So it is difficult actually to go for prototype or the actual one, real one. You just ask one driver to drive that one, make an impact on that one, let it be strike to or meet an accident, then consider that one, get back. What is the defect? So very difficult actually. That's why if you go for CFD, you can easily understand the defects, problems, issues in this product and process. What are the applications of CFD? Now, CFD nowadays is applied almost all industries or industrial applications. You see, I have shown some pictures here. First is aerospace, you see here. Second one is different appliances, refrigerator, okay. Then you can consider automotives, car, engine, all the automobile sectors. Then biomedical instrumentations, these are used. Then chemical processes used. Then high voltage, AC, okay, all these high voltage, VOC emissions, all these sectors, these are used. Then hydraulics, marine sectors. Suppose a ship is okay, floating, moving in the sea. What happens? It may be unstable. So CFD plays a vital role. It's one most pillar. It discusses the stability of the ship in the sea. Then oil and gas, power generation, even you can see sports. You can say any cricket ball, tennis ball, volleyball, football, or any ball you can see. Based on CFD analysis only, it has been designed. Similarly, swimming suits, cycle, vehicle, everything you can see. These are based on the CFD analysis. Then what is the methodology used in CFD? Actually, there are three steps generally considered. One is preprocessor, one is solver, which is called processor, post-processor. The preprocessor consists of three things. One is geometry generation, geometry cleanup, and meshing. Either you have to create your own geometry or you have to import through CAD models. You can import it. Then once you import it, there may be some defects. You have to clean up. Then next go for meshings or grid generation. This is the preprocessor. Then solver processing, the problem specification, additional models, and numerical computation. Next you go for that. Once this is over, then you can go for the post-processing. Post-processing based on the results. You have to draw the contours, lines, that is graphical representations. Then report generation. So the CFD methodology consists of these three steps: preprocessor, solver, post-processor. And there are different kinds of softwares available nowadays. One is ANSYS, OpenFOAM, Simulia PowerFlow, SimScale, COMSOL Multiphysics, Autodesk CFD, Hyphoon, Flow3D, Altair HyperFlows, Suite, and many more like that. Generally, we consider, most of the cases we consider ANSYS, SimScale also, Hyphoon in aerospace cases designed by your Professor Balkrishnan in ISA Bangalore, and Altair is also being used. Now, last but not the least, just I am showing a simple case of your simulation. Now see here, the teachers or the students who are being taught in the class or teachers, generally they speak about fluid flow over a sphere or cylinder, which is repetitive issue taught by a lecturer as an example in fluid course. Now look at the situation, how it moves, the streamlines, how it moves. It is over a cylinder. Clear? Now the same situation, you just look at the picture below. What is this? This is a phenomena which is available in movement of clouds in the atmosphere. So these two phenomena you see, this is the real life example. The below one, upper one is your example which we are generally teach in the classroom or showing the simulations. How simulate there you just see here. Still I am showing one ball valve streamline animation. Just I am showing. Is my screen visible, Chandan?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
No, this simulation is visible.
Yes, sir. Screen visible, sir.
Simulation is visible.
Hello.
Achha. Now is it visible simulation?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah. Friend, this is a ball valve streamline animation. Okay, I am showing a small simulation here. Okay, ball valve simulation. Okay. So with this, my presentation is over. And as for AICTE guidelines, today also AICTE is going to conduct its inaugural session for the whole week. So as a coordinator, I have to present there. I have to attend that session. So with this, I complete my session. Now I request Professor Shekhar Majumdar to present his talks today.
Thank you.
So just wait.
I'm sorry.
Sir, just a minute. We will have an introduction of Sekhar sir. Please hold. All the participants.
Sir, just a minute, sir.
That is okay. You should not be mute. That's what it is. Yeah, you come again. Then.
Good morning, one and all. Is it audible?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Yes, I again welcome to this session, second session, of where we are going to start from. I'm just introducing our guest today, Professor Sekhar Majumdar sir. Dr. Sekhar Majumdar sir was a senior scientist at National Aerospace Laboratories, CSIR, Bangalore, from April 1989 till January 2008, and for the last 4 years of his service, he was the head of Computational and Theoretical Fluid Dynamics Division at NAL, CSR, Bangalore. Dr. Majumdar did his BE in 1968 and ME in 1970 in Mechanical Engineering from Calcutta University, and did his PhD in 1981 from Flint Sustainations using opposed jets in gas turbine engines while serving CMERI in CSIR Durgapur as a research scientist. Right now, he is the Professor of Eminence at Centurion University, Odisha. He has about 40 years of research experience in the country and abroad. From 1983 to 89, Dr. Majumdar worked as a senior research scientist at Institute of Hydromechanics, University Karlsruhe, Germany, with the research group of the eminent professor of W. Rodi in the area of simulation of 3D turbulent flow in arbitrary shape configurations under German Science Foundation projects. And he is also a CFD consultant for industries from Germany and Denmark. During the period of 2001-2002, Dr. Majumdar was invited as a senior visiting fellow at the Center of Turbulence Research, Stanford University, California, USA. Dr. Majumdar published more than 100 reviewed technical papers in national and international journals and conference proceedings. Research areas close to his heart are CFD for unsteady incompressible flows, turbulence modeling, and large ND simulations. Dr. Majumdar is also a fellow of Indian National Academy of Engineers, Aeronautical Society of India, and Institutes of Engineers, India. He is the member of International Committee of Asian Fluid Mechanics Congress, member of Hydrodynamics Panel of NRB DRDO, and life member of National Society of Fluid Mechanics and Fluid Power India, and the Indian Society of Technical Education. With the short introduction of Professor Sekhar Majumdar, I welcome you all the participants and today's speaker, Professor Sekhar Majumdar sir, to give his talk in the next for this session. Thank you, sir. Over to you now. Yes, sir. Hello.
Yes.
Yes, sir, you can start, sir.
Thank you, Sujit,
Yes, sir.
for the somewhat long introduction.
Sir, thank you.
I'm happy to be here, especially to meet a gathering who is interested to learn about CFD. I have been with this for 5 decades almost today, 50 years. So I have been associated with different grade of CFD people like professors and students and research fellows, all of them. So, and I more or less know where the subject stands today as far as the interaction with the industry and education, research are concerned. So I thought before, describing the CFD as such, it would be better to handle some jugglery of terms nowadays. See, this is an age of abbreviation. People talk in abbreviation, I can't follow, youngsters. So that's why some of the abbreviations used, I wanted to make clear before I enter the world of CFD. So CFD may actually, for all purpose, be considered as a subset of CAE. So question is, what is CAE? CAE is computer aided engineering, because now in the field of engineering, be it mechanical, electrical, civil, or anything, people always want to see how the time of design can be reduced and get a good, perfect product using computer. So computer used for engineering purpose. That's why this broader field is called computer aided engineering. And what is there? So CAE is one of the leading procedures employed by the manufacturing organizations to mass produce articles in a factory-based environment. So it helps the engineer to think of this and visualize of this. It allows for more computations than is possible by hand, especially when it is coupled with optimization. So if you want to optimize your design compared to others, yours has the minimum time taken and maximum profit given. To do all this, we need computerized system. So computer-aided engineering is complemented by two things. One is computer-aided design, and another is computer-aided manufacturing. So you use computer for both design and manufacturing. These two together is CAE. Now, engineers, what is the relationship with fluid dynamics? See, I must first say the first title of this slide, engineers often just live with fluid dynamics. You cannot do anything. I mean, you have to live with fluid dynamics. So I have given some examples, but there are many more. Automobiles, you have the external flow. If you want to reduce the drag, making the automobile most efficient engine, then your external aerodynamics is important. How it interacts with the air through which it is moving. Then underhood flows. When you go inside the engine, what is the flow? How it is affecting your power generation, right? The piston cylinder system inside. Then aerospace, of course, goes without saying. All of you will appreciate that an aircraft cannot be designed simply by hand. Well, when the first people who flied in aircraft, they did it, but that time there is no computer. Now that computer technology is so developed, we need the computers to use for the design of aircraft. Aircraft means I'm talking about the external features, external body, wing and propeller and fuselage and all that. Then launch vehicles. See, launch vehicles have the difference with aircraft is it will have to attain a higher speed. So sometimes it may exceed our allowable Mach number ranges, especially if it is a supersonic, yes. Even if it is hypersonic, sometimes for outside the ambience, we might have to use hypersonic speed, right, for rocket motors. Then missiles to hit the enemies with a guided path. So all these are aerospace applications varying in speed and targets. But we need CFD for the aerospace applications. Then shipbuilders, we have the ship like the passenger ship or the warship, then underwater missiles, and in a ship is a simple word. There are a lot of things. The whole body of the ship, then there is propeller, which is rotating at the back of the ship, so design of the propeller, then design of many other aspects of ship. If it is a war used ship, then of course we have to design the aerodrome on the top, because the aircraft will leave the ship and come back to the ship getting information. So more and more complexity. Then underwater missiles, we use torpedo to hit the enemy ship or enemy surface ship. So how to design the missiles, which will go at a certain speed inside the water. Then submarines, again. So for defense purpose and for civilian purpose, ship industry is very much in the need of our CFD technology. Then power plants, goes without saying. You have anything you say in engineering is there. Turbo machines, the turbines, the compressors, the steam generator, the boilers, where you are converting heat into the steam, and then the steam is converting the heat into work. Then burners in the combustion chamber, when you are burning the fuel. So all this design of the elements of power plants depend on CFD. It doesn't mean that without CFD you can't design it. You can, but the efficiency will be much more and to the point what you want if you use CFD. Then electronics is a vast field. I think this is equal, the cooling of electronic equipment, more or less the demand is same as the sum of the other fields. Because the efficiency of the electronic equipment is going up means lot of electronic arrangement in a small and smaller space. Once you do it in a smaller space, the heat generated has to be removed and fast so that the equipments are not destroyed. So this is a challenge. So in electronics industry, use of CFD is a big challenge. Then reacting flows, I already said, in power plants, furnaces, combustion chambers. So you can now imagine how we are charged with our to-dos with fluid dynamics, computational fluid dynamics. Structures, offshore structures we use for the drilling rig, and those are huge ship kind of thing with a drilling of the petroleum drills, and they go deep into the ocean inside the bed and dig out oil. So those structures have to withstand the marine load, that means the wave effect, the currents, as well as the other things, wind effect also on the top, whichever is floating up. So there we need fluid structure interaction. I'm happy to say that Dr. Das, who was my student, I was a PhD examiner also, he will be coming from NSTL to speak specially on fluid structure interaction, where you have to design a turbine, but what is turbine consisting of? It is the blades. So the blades are getting loaded. So once they are loaded, they're distorted, deformed. That affects the fluid passage. So there is an interaction between the structural deformation and the fluid mechanics process. So this is a completely new area, very latest area. We will have one talk by Dr. H.N. Das on that. Then atmosphere and ocean, I think weather prediction today is extremely good. we are thankful to our Indian weather officers because why? Earlier, they were speculating from empirical relations, but today, the atmosphere, how it moves, what happens, how the hot air blows, the cold air blows, everything is mathematically possible, the effect of the rotation of the earth. So the weather prediction has become a topic for the day. Then pollution, air pollution, big concern for the cities. So if we know the particle size and the property of the pollutants, we can separately find out how much pollution will be there in which area, depending on the local air velocity. Similarly for odor pollution in rivers, ocean, because many times because of this, the fish die, the plankton, the phytoplankton, they die. The last one I have said human body, because even 10, 15 years back, people never used to think of human body because the doctors used to know where what is happening and they used to do their surgeries. But today, a heart surgery is possible with a parallel CFD analysis. In Bombay, as I hear, there are hospitals where the CFD arrangement is there with an engineer. During the operation, he can simulate what is happening inside the veins because it is a difficult fluid mechanics. Why? Because the fluid is not Newtonian blood, that is important, and the vessels through which it flows are not rigid. They are elastic, they can expand and contract. So as a result, the fluid structure interaction problem is very much. Then there is a waste fluid in the gastrourinary tracts, in the gastrointestinal tracts. So what are they doing? Even without putting the probes, we can prove it through our CFD. So I think I have covered most of the areas which can be analyzed by CFD knowledge today. So we see that in any industry which designs a product exposed to different environments, we can use CAE, computer-aided engineering, right? So in the design part, there is a first part. If I want to have some piece which has to withstand some load, and I know the material, I can design, I can get the dimensions, irrespective of the industry, maybe automotive, maybe aerospace, maybe plant engineering, maybe electronics, maybe heating, ventilation, many more. And the products may be from extremely small parts, like a small ball bearing, to big and complex structures, like a racing car, very much required to know the design properly, the values, because it is subjected to horrible loading. Then bridges, you are all aware of the failure of the bridge due to resonance. So now we can analyze before we design. Power plants, every equipment of power plants. See, testing the structural integrity of a crane or acoustic design of a concert hall. How good is the acoustic? The musician will get fed up if the acoustic is bad. They are interesting examples where simulation makes a huge difference. So if you know the science behind, you can always use the different elements of CFD to predict what will happen. So the last point is the ambitious step. What is the ambition? That is not designing a product. You can design by using the formula or solving the differential equations, but it can allow even testing and simulations of the product performance. And you know, that too, without requiring a physical prototype itself on a real life test bench for conducting experiments. So please note down these points, the last point. That is the catch. That is where the computer-aided engineers have to join hand with the CFD people, because the attempt is, I will not only design the element, design the particular equipment, I would like to know the performance with the fluid going in or solid going in or whatever, the performance with a running condition, but without requiring a physical prototype, without doing the experiment. That means it will do some computer-aided simulation. So first I will design, and then I'll allow the fluid to flow or the loading of air to come, and then see how much is the deflection, how much is the leakage, everything without even, this is very important, no physical prototype. So that is what the CAE experts have initiated effort. Yeah. So in the context of CAE, the important simulation analysis we do are finite element analysis. Why I put it on the top? Because that came first of the solid parts. Using the equations of elasticity and plasticity, whatever we have understood, we can design the part first according to the requirement of design, and then use the FEA to find out the stresses. What are the weak places where you are exceeding? Then the computational fluid dynamics analysis. If there is a fluid part, like in a long column structure, we don't need that internally, but externally we do, because it is subjected to wind load. The continuous gust of winds or storms, they are creating stresses in the structures. So everywhere there will be some solid structural part and some fluid mechanical part. Turbine, pump, everything we can use finite element and computational fluid dynamics. Then there is thermal analysis. How about heat transfer? This is very important for the electronics group, because they know, because they are reducing the sizes, so the heat generation rate inside an electronic equipment is very high. And if you don't have facilities to remove it, either by conduction or by convection or by radiation or by combination of the two or three, you are going to fail, because the electronic equipment will stop working. Then multi-body dynamics. This is also important. If there are two things like the accident analysis, we do with that, or there are 2-3 different things in a system, we do separately for them, and then we do interaction dynamics. So leveraging the advantages of engineering simulation and combined with the power and speed. So to do all this, the most important thing is high performance. That means whatever you want to do, you have to do as accurate as possible, and at a high speed. Because if you don't do it at a high speed, then you are losing the job. You are not getting the right thing in the right time. So you may have to use the modern philosophy of cloud computing. The cost and time of each design iteration cycle can considerably be reduced. So more you reduce, more you gain. Now simulating with CAE methods, practically now today, takes only a few hours at the most. In comparison to, imagine, days or probably weeks or months. Why? Because earlier we had to build a physical prototype and then do the experiments and then analyze the experimental data and then compare with your CFD result. That's a very long job. So CAE has enthused us to devise the computational fluid dynamics method itself, which will do that for that particular arrangement or design and find out the performance. How much pressure drop is happening in this pipe of this diameter and this flow. So directly you are getting, and then you can compare by putting the pipe in a water tunnel and measuring that. So the simulation should be full-fledged, design plus performance testing. It is inevitable to build a physical prototype of a product before beginning. So before you declare your object to market, and yes, your production is good, it does this performance, you have to prove it. So it begins the serial production and then simulation. This can help the reduce the cost of these prototypes. You don't have to make, suppose you fail in one result. Are you going to reproduce that with the different dimension. That's a long time consuming job. So while planning to integrate simulation techniques into the product development process, we have to know the environment. What are the forces coming? What are the temperatures that the product will be exposed to? And knowing these conditions is crucial to properly set up. So one has to be careful that these conditions should not be wrong. The external boundary conditions, initial conditions. If they are wrong, then your simulation results will be wrong. So they are crucial and one has to be careful. Next. And the predictive value of the simulation, what you are finding out through CFD or any analysis, depends on the precision of the boundary conditions. Now, there are situations where the mathematicians will be in doubt about the boundary condition. Is it a Dirichlet type or is it a Neumann type? Sometimes we don't know which one will work better. Till now, besides predicting the environmental factors, engineering simulation is a very complex task by itself. So mostly results. So when you get a result, it should be analyzed by experienced engineer and simulation expert. So anybody who has started to learn CFD cannot do that. So modern CE tools try to break these barriers. So once this is fixed, the methodology is pakka, it is established, then even the inexperienced users, they do not go through the deep knowledge of the process now because it has already been established. So the solver characteristics and physical process. If both they know both of them, they can produce insightful simulation. Today it is running, tomorrow if the flow is increased by 10 times or temperature is decreased by 2 times, how will the performance change? The CAE simulation will tell that. You don't have to manufacture another set and instrument set and measure. Simulating complex geometries is difficult even with modern computers today, since it requires huge computing power. That's why for small companies, industries, it is somewhat problemsome. But big companies with sophisticated IT infrastructure, they do it parallelly with their own industry, own servers to host and run simulations. Sometimes these big companies' IT infrastructure help the intermediate or small companies. Next. So fluid flow, mass transport, heat transport, fluid-solid interaction, static analysis, dynamic analysis of structures, stress analysis of components, conjugate heat transfer. There are places where apparently it appears I'm throwing water and cooling it, but how the water is getting the heat from the solid body, that is through conduction. And then the water is convecting the heat. So conduction, convection, radiation also may be combined in one problem itself with various boundary conditions. So, but the computer program, if it has provision, it can take wide range of designs. Using software, you are not spending any money to construct. So CAE can be used in any industry that designs a product exposed to different environments. Today it is running with this, tomorrow if the quality changes, what happens? Without doing the experiment in the lab, industries using CAE, automotive, aerospace, plant engineering, electronics, and heating and ventilation, HVAC. Why? Because these are very expensive if you want to repeat the experiment on a model and then you change the model. So all these multiple tests can be done very simply using small tests on the computers, on the simulation. Next. Now, I think I have been able to explain you the importance of CAE. So don't consider CFD as the only thing. All elements of CAE. CFD is one of them, which takes care of the fluid dynamics. Considering that, I thought I can share with you something here. I don't need to go through every line, but I'm getting you introduced to this organization, which is called NAFEMS. I'm also an active member of that. This society was founded as a special interest group in 1983. The specific objective was to promote the safe and reliable use of finite element and related technology. Because in 83, CFD was, fluid dynamics was not that developed into commercial interest. So they said the professional status of persons using of engineering simulation is improved because of the NAFEM's effort. Establish best practice in engineering simulation. So this organization, which was established in England, but now all over the world, even in India, I have given you all the information in the next 2 slides. Promote collaboration and communication. If you want, you can interact with NAFEMs. Continuously improve the education and training in using simulation technique. And I am lucky that they have considered me to be some agent to educate mass people. Going to colleges, I have visited many colleges in Karnataka and Tamil Nadu, just to educate them on the facets of CFD, provide them simple code so that they are trained, they are educated to use. Tomorrow, if they buy a very expensive CFD code, they won't be able to run unless this basic education is there. I think practically I am doing the same here also. Focus of NAFEMS is practical application of numerical engineering simulation techniques like finite element method for structures, CFD, multi-body simulation. In addition to end users, their stakeholders include technology providers, researchers, academics, everybody is there. So go to the next one. Can we put it down a little bit? Yeah. So computational fluid dynamics working group at NAFEMS, particularly CFD. They have multiple things. CFD was founded in 1995 to promote the safe and reliable use of CFD and to provide guidance and information for the CFD users at all levels. CFD companies in India. I just wanted to summarize this because you will have these sheets with you. And so anytime you want, you can approach any one of them through Google or anything. I think largest giants are ANSYS Fluent and CD Adaptive. No one can beat them in size. Other companies include Juice Numerics, which is initiated in IIT Mumbai, and that is still have practice to IIT Mumbai to get advice, but this is by itself a company. Then ESI Software, Tetrahedrix, Infotech, Transoft International. I was with them for 4 or 5 years, and they are doing very well now. Applied Thermal Technologies, CSM Software, Delphi India and Flowmerix, GE Bangalore. GE Bangalore is more on application than on development, but they have done quite a few development work also. So these are summarized organizations. You can put them to Google and get their details so that you can interact with them if you want your people to learn, people to be more educated in that particular design aspect. Go next one. What more is there? Yeah. Now, Indian CA industries has been growing at a frantic pace for the last few years. And this growth is reflected by the fact that thousands of young engineers today are opting for careers in the analysis and simulation domains, because this is useful and this is very much important for design. So my statement here is get enthused. Let the young engineers, not all of them, go for production. Let some part of it, at least 30–40% of the young engineers should join the simulation domain, analysis domain. They don't have to go for production. Several multinational companies from automotive, aerospace, and manufacturing sectors are setting up their development centers in India, from US, from China, from various places. Indian analysts have increasingly found in the global delivery teams. So the need for, and NAFEMS will act as a link. Maybe if you approach NAFEMS, they will organize a course and they will organize some interconnection with that industry and your institute. So dissemination of information on the best practices and simulation of effective usage. And I'm sure this is more acute than ever before in a market like India. I have intentionally given the address of my friend Elan Govan. If you write to them, you get all information how you can help NAFEMS and NAFEMS can help you. Next one. I think the last one. Yeah, so here I don't need to read out. I have given a long-standing NAFEMS, present mentors, vice chairman, members, everybody's name, so that you can approach any one of them or you know where he is. So I've given this is the existing one, but it might change every year. You can go to the Google for NAFEMS and you will get everything. You can see I am there in the fluid mechanics group member. So there are all my friends, Dr. Balakrishnan, he is also coming as a teacher here. Dr. Madhukar Rao, very, very well-known CFD person. Maybe sometime he will come and talk to you. So how to promote? Idea was that the safe and reliable use of CFD and to provide guidance, information for CFD users. So I think these are the important, Now another set I have given some, maybe all are not given here. Go down, go to the next. I think all are not included. Yes, I think there 3 or 4 of the centers I have given, but the other 4 centers, the names are given because I didn't have much time to collect that. But you can write to the institute and get their HPC, their high performance computing facility. So the conclusion is, what is the guarantee of performance for any engineering design arrived at using proven standard CAD software? So this is the question which should bother the designers, the young engineers. However, the rise of the high performance computing in the cloud also provides access. Some of you have some experience with Simulia and some with ANSYS as well. We will see the demonstration in next 2 days. So they have access to the simulation capabilities. This makes it possible everyone to predict the design performance of their products, even before production. Very important, the last 2 words. Before producing the particular element, you can understand the performance, design performance, running the equivalent simulation capability. So the main purpose of computer-aided engineering is to test, predict, improve the robustness, performance, energy, efficiency, and durability. And finally, reducing the time to market. You can go to the market with the product with minimum time if you follow the second and first step. So CA is being used in every industry today, not limited only to automotive, aerospace, plant engineering, electronics. I have mentioned these 5 because they are the biggest consumer of CA. The products range from extremely small parts to big and complex structures as well. That's it. Thank you very much. I don't know. I hope this will be useful before getting into the mathematics and physics of CFD. Little bit we will discuss in the next few lectures. But before that, I wanted every participant to know why CFD and where CFD. The purpose of why I am doing, that must be known. Otherwise, just doing a CFD class or CFD seminar makes no sense. So I hope you have enjoyed it. And you can always come back with any confusion, any questions, or any doubts throughout the thing. I mean, not today itself. You can give any time during the symposium. Thank you very much for your patience. Okay.
Thank you, sir, for your kind attention on the topic of today, that is CFD, its importance and role in CAE. I hope participants had enjoyed your sessions and taken the important points onto it. So I request all participants to put your questions on the chat box, or you can raise your hands so that you can ask the questions.
All, if there is no question.
Yes, sir.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
So your
Yes.
question is, how is FEA applied to CFD? Yes, it is. See, answer for this, you have to know FEA. So a symposium like this, or your uh, acquaintance with the books, methods, there are hundreds of resources which you can use. So this is too general a question, but answer to this is yes. You just consult the resource. The one is the FEA books, but more important is the FEA codes. The codes which are available with the, I mean, they are available, you can buy, I mean, the company can buy for his simulators. So that is the only way. But every code is provided with extremely detailed, well, Shaurav Bhattacharya. He asked, explain where the application of CFD in automobile industry. Yes, I think definitely there is a scope because automobile industry has a twofold simulation purpose. One is the external flow, which will decide the shape of the body. So there are a lot of things you can change. You can see that if you look at an ambassador car and today's some modern cars, not Maruti, I'm saying even the other ones. So you will see the great difference. The drag has been reduced considerably by magnitude, order of magnitude. How was it possible? Because the body shape, size, all these things are subjected to CFD analysis and they can find out. Now, if you sit down and find the drag of an ambassador car and a new Maruti car or some new car, you will find the difference, almost halved. So that is what CFD is giving. Now, how you will do that? In automobile, there are two aspects. One is the external flow, which is somewhat easier. And if you have a CFD code, you can do the geometry from any geometric package, and then that CAD files will be put to CFD analysis. It can be any code. It can be ANSYS Fluent, it can be Star CCM Plus, multiple codes are available. And other one is the engine side, internal flow, like what is happening inside the cylinder. How is the combustion taking place? That is a little more complicated, involving chemical engineering aspects, but even that is available today. ANSYS has a different division to take care of this. So that is another part which will improve the car design. How to do that? Okay. Can we jointly work with? Yes, possible. What you should do is the NAFEMS has a big office, so you can write to that secretary or whoever I have given the address. I know him, so you can talk to him through letter or through mail about the mode, how the project can be connected. Yes. What else? Somebody asked about electric car. I wanted to know.
Sir, there is a question from Hari Krishna, sir. What is the difference between FEA and FDM?
Oh, that I will explain again in the next lecture, I think. So it will be clarified. Because in finite element, what we do is not exactly the same as in do infinite difference. For some simple themes, they may be same. But for complicated geometry, I will explain to you why FEA is better than FDM. It is better. Now I am saying that. Well, Saurabh Bhattacharya, you asked something. Since the electric vehicles are topic in CFD, oh yeah. Still, electric vehicle, that electric thing is replacing your IC engine part inside. See, the outside body, the flow past automobile still remains. So if your power is requirement is reduced, you can think of reshaping your vehicle configuration. So CFD is still used. You might say the internal things are taken care of. There is no burning of fuel. Yes. Okay. Thank you very much for interacting and for listening. Even if you have any question afterwards, you can always approach me. You can tell me in other sessions. Everything is clear, free. Right.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir, for the session. And I again will welcome at 11:45 a.m.
Mhm.
So, dear participants, for this session we are going to close, and you can join the same thing, same session, same link at 11:45 a.m. for the second session for the today by Professor Shekhar Majumdar sir. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. So we'll see you in the next session. Okay. Officers first.